Another filler-esque type episode. Basically, it was Meredith and Heather. Meredith, are you allergic to accountability? Let's keep it real. Girl, you drank too much and you clearly popped something that you weren't supposed to while drinking on that plane. Why are we still talking about this? Girl, you know what you did.
Welcome to the Asia Esterak Hour, where film meets conspiracy and pop culture gets a reality check. From sharp recaps to sci-fi theories and media deep dives, Asia Esterak serves it unfiltered. Let the binge begin.
All right. Welcome back to the Asia Esterak Hour. I'm Asia Esterak. All right. This review is going to be probably the fastest one I've ever done. The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, season 6, episode 13. To me, this episode was very filler. It was really just about Meredith and Heather. Anyway, so we go to Greece. Angie takes the ladies to Greece. They get there. There's tension between Heather and Meredith. Heather talks about it. Basically, Heather feels like Meredith completely dismissed her over the Britney thing and made that comment about, like, if you're cool with Britney, basically, if you're going to be friends with Britney, you can't be friends with me type energy. Meredith, of course, is denying that. And she denies everything. Do you remember saying it? Because it seems like you have a lapse in memory whenever there's an issue with you, boo. Whenever there's an issue with you also involves alcohol and probably other things. Like, okay, girl. Anyway, I'm not going scene by scene. I'm just gonna bring up the things that jumped out at me. So number one, Bronwyn, I love you, but I am side-eyeing the shit out of you this season. You know what I realized about you, Bronwyn? You are extremely insecure, and you rather kiss up to the girls who are more insecure than you. You kissing up to Elisa Barlow and a Meredith are hilarious to me. So basically, she kind of threw Whitney under the bus in the last 2 episodes when she went back and told Meredith what Whitney was saying about what happened on the plane. And of course, she put 20 on 10, put a little extra sauce on it. So Meredith felt some type of way towards Whitney. So Whitney is still annoyed with Bronwyn. She kind of she brings it up, but she's side-eyeing her. She's definitely distancing her. I would too, because I'd be like, this chick Kiki with me like everything was cute and then went back and told her something in a totally different tone. Here's the reality. No matter any way that Bronwyn brought that news back to Meredith, it was never going to go over well for anyone, but especially Meredith, especially her, queen of defensiveness. Again, I feel like this season solidified why Lisa Barlow and Meredith are friends, in my opinion. So anyway, Whitney is keeping her distance there, but she feels some type of way, as she should. Bronwyn was acting very strange this episode too. So they have like a first sit down type of situation in Greece, and they bring up I can't remember if it was Heather or Angie that are talking about the men in Greece, and they were like, Bronwyn, are you gonna look, get any numbers while you're here? They're kind of joking with her, and she's very no, I love Todd. We're in a great place, and they're like, what? She's acting like everything that happened these past couple episodes didn't happen. Bronwyn is on, no, me and Todd are fine. No, there's no drama in our house. Girl, and Heather's like, wait a minute, in the confessionals, wasn't he just on the plane looking at girls in lingerie on his laptop? Didn't you kick him out and he had to stay in a hotel? What are you talking about? I mean, what's funny is, Bronwyn, did you now finally decide to take Todd's advice and stop talking about your business with these ladies? You picked a hell of a time because now you look extra crazy. You've been in overflowing wealth of information about your personal life, and all of a sudden, no, we're good, we're fine, it's good. Okay. Listen, I wouldn't even pry, but like, okay, girl, you got it. And when she brought that shit up, I would shut it down. Shut it right down. Bronwyn, welcome to reality television. Welcome to it, darling. Girl, I still like you, but really, you're sneaky. You're fun to watch, but I wouldn't trust you. No, ma'am. So at this same sit down or whatever, they're talking about Meredith and Heather, and Meredith, of course, Meredith, you blow my mind. You backtrack everything. Even Mary called her out. Mary called Bronwyn out. It was funny. Mary doesn't drink like she drinks, but she don't be getting lit like that. So she remembers all these interactions and encounters and events and shit. So it's funny when it's the one bitch that doesn't drink, and then y'all act funny and act very okay, okay. So anyway, after that, we explore a little bit of Greece. They make a joke at that actually before they leave that particular breakfast, lunch, whatever. I think it was a lunch or dinner because they went straight to dinner when they got to Greece. Heather brings up the fact that she bought a Cartier watch. So apparently, when they were in at the airport, there was a special for duty free on buying Cartier watches. So she bought one for herself and Whitney, and they were joking about it with Lisa Barlow, because Lisa Barlow, of course, low vibrational, single serving ass, no substance having ass bitch over there bragging about her fucking Cartier watch. That's another thing. Why do we continue to argue with a bitch like Lisa Barlow? Lisa Barlow could not, baby, you couldn't you couldn't smell the air that I breathe. Baby, you couldn't be in the room with me. You have no substance. And it's crazy to me that these women continue to value anything she has, anything that she does and says. Listen, if Lisa Barlow cares more about material items and was great because she has no substance, let her. But I thought it was funny that that little exchange of Heather buying a Cartier watch got under her skin because she thinks everybody wants to be like her. Nobody on planet Earth wants to be like you. Girl, you took 3 hours in glam to come out looking the exact same as you did when you went in. Like, girl. And that was the other thing. So later on, they all explore Greece, and then they walk around and they end up going to another dinner because everything's a dinner. And Lisa Barlow takes 3 hours in glam. She flew her glam out. She also reveals in the episode that she gets her makeup done by a professional makeup artist every day. If you can afford it, do you. But for the context of this show and how your goofy ass has been acting since we met you, I'm not surprised by that. You're one of the most insecure human beings I've ever seen on reality television. Like, it's fucking amazing. And it's funny because I was really trying to find moments where I've liked her, and there's just been none. You've never had a likable moment, in my opinion. Not ever. And that whole, oh, I'm Cartier. Like, girl, shut up. You are so whack. So whack. You let Heather buying a Cartier watch for herself and Whitney get under your skin. You are weak. Weak sauce. You know what you need to do? Go invest in some therapy. I say it every review. I'm going to say it again. Invest in some therapy because you're a fucking mess. Anyway, a bunch of other shit happens. Let's get to this final dinner. So with this final dinner, Meredith realizes there's a disconnect between her and Heather. So she gives Heather a peace offering, some necklace or whatever. And of course, Bronwyn brings up it's a peace offering. So they get into it. Meredith is not acknowledging what's happened on the plane. And Heather's whole thing is, you were upset with me about the Britney shit. You didn't like what I said. And you keep coming for me, but now you want to give me a necklace like everything's all good. Lisa Barlow jumps in trying to defend her and then starts making it about her, of course, and starts crying. Like, girl, shut up. I wish they would just ice her out and be like, the adults are talking. Go cry in the corner. Like, and it's funny how it just shows how lame these women are. You blindly defend this shit knowing, Lisa Barlow, you were on the plane too. And you even admitted that Meredith said that shit to Heather. But you continue to backpedal and pussy pop. I'm using a funky Dineva word. But it's like, girl, they don't get anywhere, obviously. And they're still arguing by the end of the episode. Here's the reality. Meredith doesn't remember what happened on the plane. She doesn't. And she clearly is going to stick to her story. Whitney jumps in and she's just like, Whitney is getting frustrated. And she tells Meredith, she's like, we're all fighting because this is based off of how you treated Brittany on the plane. And that's really what it is. Meredith, you are the catalyst for all this bullshit that's happening right now. And Brittany, of course, Brittany and we've talked and she's moved on. Well, of course she's moved on. Brittany's a weak ass bitch too. It just seems like this is the third episode where we're still talking about this plane incident and it's starting to get annoying. And my thing is, we're in beautiful Greece. Can we switch the narrative? Of course not. This is Housewives. They're going to fight in a beautiful destination. But it's like, At this point, Meredith and Lisa are brick walls. You can't get through to them. Girl, you know what? You're right. You didn't go off on the plane. We all just made this shit up. Next. Like, girl, live in the land of delusion. Clearly, you and Lisa Barlow go live in the land of delusion. I'm going to say it again. I've said it every review. I talked a lot of shit about Heather this season. Heather is in charge of the girls. I feel like Heather finally found her voice. She's not afraid. She's not afraid anymore. Heather is Kevin McAllister taking out the trash by herself. You know what I mean? I'm not afraid anymore. She's done, and she's tired of these women's bullshit. And I think Heather took a minute to realize, Heather, you're strong too, and you don't need to kiss up to these weak ass bitches. They should be trying to kiss your ass. Lisa Barlow over here chasing labels and fucking dollar signs and shit. Girl, bye. And Meredith, it's obvious you like the dolls and you like a little bit of drink, and you clearly mix them together and then you forget shit. You're old enough to own it and move forward and do better. Anyway, this episode really just flew by to me. I feel like not a lot happened. We're still talking about the same shit. I need next week to get better. Bronwyn, you're starting to be a little bit of disappointing. I didn't understand the switch up in this episode. And it can be because of your husband, because your husband has had the same energy since we met your ass. Anyway, that was Salt Lake City, short and sweet and to the point. What's today? Wednesday. Happy hump day. Stay hydrated, stay warm because it's cold as hell here in Maryland. Be nice to each other. And I'm going to go return these videotapes.